Coming to you from Cudahy, Wisconsin, it's the 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Final. Van McNeil alongside Phil Brylow. A unique format this time around with the Eliminator, Phil.
Yeah, we've pared down our field of over 50 bowlers down to our final 6. The first 3 you'll see in a 4-frame wild card match. Winner of that wild card advances, bowls the other 3 players that are waiting in that championship final in a 1-game match. First through 4th place decided in that single game. And as we saw last year, Van, usually takes 240, 250, 260 to win that championship and take home that $500. Heck, last year all 4 players were over 240.
But this year it'll be a tough task. A 42-foot Motion Plus Lanes tournament pattern. Going to present a tough task for these bowlers.
Well, just a matter of finding a way to get the corner pins out here at Motion Plus Lanes. These are quality players. You know they're going to get to the pocket. It's just a matter of digging out those 7s and 10s.
All right, we got a roll-off to get to before we get to our championship match. You're watching the 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Finals on Spectrum Sports.
Providing premier equipment sales and services to Wisconsin bowlers since 1973. Check out our Wall of Fame and our current specials at bpsmilwaukee.com.
Country. Thank you to all of our servicemen and women. We salute you. Enjoy the show.
Mr. Kerry Catania, one of the classiest proprietors that I know, Phil.
Absolutely. Big season here for him, not just with this Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator tournament, but Toys for Tots right around the corner as we tape this, and it means a lot to him. And young man we're seeing for the 2nd year in a row here in this wild card match, Ryan Zagar.
Yeah, the man from Racine, and can't knock out that 10-pin.
Yeah, Ryan was out the World Series of Bowling 9. We saw him in qualifying out there, for those of you that watched PBA's Extra Frame service, and didn't do as well as he hoped, but learned a lot, and we'll see if he can use what he learned out there in the situations here at Motion Plus Lanes.
Yeah, he wanted that for sure. The entry angle there, though, leaving him the 10-pin. That's
the smart.
Right. I don't get straighter is greater. I don't want to say a guarantee.
Yeah, but the smart call right there on the spare ball.
Yeah.
Going to urethane, taking the hook out of play, point A to point B, and you know, we saw Ryan on the winning team a few weeks back at the Toys for Tots team shootout with his team, Team Grease. So looking to get another title in 2017 here at Motion Plus Lanes. And who we got up next, Van?
Our first look at Ryan Babcock from St. Francis. Look good too, a little light into the pocket. Nice long slide.
Yes, indeed. Babcock, not a normal style that you'd see, but really the way he swings the ball helps him get under it and gets that strong roll back to the pocket. You see that ball starting to chug back, doesn't quite get there on this 42-foot Motion Plus Lanes tournament pattern we always use for our TV events here. And the easy 2-pin for the spare, though, should have no problem for Babcock.
Yeah, we saw it in Ryan's ball, and we just saw it in Babcock, I mean Zagar's ball as well. 42 feet, it quits back there real quick.
Yeah, it all depends on how you get that ball to use energy, and the bowling balls that Babcock likes to use, it's that early strong hook and then the rollout. I wouldn't say rollout, but strong roll into the pocket, definitely end over end roll.
Mr. Gary Exner Jr. from Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin.
The fashionable beard of one Gary Exner Jr.
I like his style. Solid pocket strike for Gary.
Yeah, we've seen Gary on TV once or twice before, and always a strong player. He's bowled some PBA regional events, done fairly well, so good to see Mr. Exner out here. And
yeah, he can hang for sure. A 15-time Racine City champion.
Yep. And Zagar from Racine as well. His dad, Matt, a Racine Bowling Association Hall of Famer as well. Zagar averaged just under 248 in qualifying, the 4 qualifying games. Shot a 989 4-game total, and that got him 3 rounds of buys in this Eliminator format before TV, and he only needed a 215 game to get himself into this wild card match. Just missed out on getting to the championship final directly.
I want to say he made a ball change there to something a little bit more aggressive, finding the pocket more direct. That was pretty.
I would fully agree with you. We'll have to see if it's just for that one specific lane or if he's going back to using that blue ball on both lanes.
Okay.
Sometimes bowlers like to use one ball on each lane just to see what kind of reaction they get.
The long slide of Ryan Babcock. He finds the pocket for a solid strike.
Babcock totaled 993 for his 4-game qualifying total, getting him buys into the roll-off round, but unfortunately his 211 game got him into this wild card. Always tough to get out of this wild card round with only 4 frames to bowl, and then you have to sit around and wait while the 3 players already in the championship match get their practice before it starts. So never had a wild card player come out and win the title. Maybe today will be the day.
Mount Pleasant's Gary Exner Jr. Come on. No messenger there.
Yeah, a little bit of a quitter 10 there as the 6-pin just falls in the flat gutter. Decides it's not going to make contact with the 10-pin. You just watch that 6. Yeah, no chance there on that entry angle. And
Yeah.
Gary knew it was close.
Yeah, very finicky, though. We saw Zagar move to a more aggressive ball and direct angle. I don't want to say the transition is playing into it already, but you know that's going to play throughout here. We'll find out what happens next here in the second half of the 2018 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Tournament. The 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Tournament continues here in a wild card roll-off here on the back half, Phil.
Yeah, 4-frame roll-off for entering the top of the 9th. A little homage back to the days of the bowling game when that was on in Milwaukee with their 4 frames of fun.
We're seeing this Ryan Zagar with a solid pocket strike.
And he did stick with the ball change that you mentioned, Van, and you just saw how strong that ball started to roll up when it got to the end of this 42-foot pattern. Love the way that low-level camera looks where you just get that view of it you can't see from up top, and the strength of the roll gets all 10 pins down for Zagar on that shot.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion and a great tip for you high school amateur league bowlers. If you are feeling something wrong at the line, have a buddy videotape yourself, and you can see some things that you might not see when you're there at the line. Babcock with the long slide and the light mixer strike.
Well, you see his elbow bends as he does a little dance there coming off the approach. The jukebox just accidentally came on in the center, and prior to Kerry Catania heading back to shut that off. So, you know a guy's loose when he's doing that, though.
Yeah.
Babcock, you know, he's got the double on the board. He's tied for the lead right now at Ryan Zagar. The guy that's unfortunately behind right now, it's just because of the placement of where his spare was in the 8th frame, is this man here with Gary Exner Jr.
Yeah, the 32-year-old from Mount Pleasant. A solid bowler for sure. Nice release. It's through the nose there.
Yeah, he gave that one a little extra on the bottom just to make sure it got into the pocket. He was a little light on that shot in the 7th frame on this lane, so the easiest thing to do is make sure you want to hit flush, give it a little extra, and unfortunately a little extra and a little left to start with, and that puts Exner through the nose for the 3-6, and now he's looking at possible elimination before he even has a chance to step up in the 10th frame.
Yeah, wife Lori watching at home. Lori Exner. Lenny Borsch, of course, drilling his ball. Ron Bragg as well. The opportunity to throw Brunswick. Just a few people that Gary wants to thank.
Well, here's the situation. Zagar and Babcock can both shoot a 110 total if they both strike out in the 10th frame. If they do tie, it would be a single ball roll-off to break the tie. Oh my.
Oh my is right, Phil. What happened there?
Just a timing issue. He thought about it too much, and ball kind of hung up in the back of the swing, and he forced it down. And
Yeah, he's
with the shoulder open, forcing it down, you're going to miss out to the right. And he's
Wow.
lucky that the ball even contacted pretty solid on the 3-pin, but this is not an easy spare trying to get the ball to carry down past the 1-2 into the 7.
Just when we think things are going to go one way, boom, we find ourselves in a different situation. Zagar to save this roll-off. He needs it.
And a little bit of a break on the cover as well,
Wow.
with the 2-pin bouncing off the 7.
Yeah.
But Zagar's maximum score right now, 87 if he strikes on this fill ball. Babcock, he's got to be feeling a little bit better about himself right now, because if he goes 8 spare strike, the worst he could do is tie. If he goes 8 spare strike, that would be 10. That would be 88. Pardon me, 98
4-frame roll-off here. Zagar needs to strike. And, wow.
Gets the 9-pin for 86. So right now, Babcock, if he were to go 8 spare strike, he would have 88. And the best that Gary Exner Jr. could do would be 88 as well. So 9 spare or a strike on this first ball of the 10th frame, and Ryan Babcock will be the gentleman advancing the championship match. Waiting in the wings for that championship match, Eric Frettin, Henry Tietz, Kyle Gertzen, all players that have won titles here at Motion Plus Lanes previously.
Needs to strike here. Babcock with the light mixer.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your dancing his way into the championship match.
Yes, I like the jig.
One Ryan Babcock. Something tell me when we see him doing a little more dancing behind the bar at Kingpins in St. Francis, where he and his family have been for quite a long time.
Well, look at this, Phil. You know, there's something to be said. Being in a good mood, being light, you're kind of loose at the line. I don't want to say you're not thinking about it, but, you know, you're feeling good. And Ryan is obviously feeling good right there. Another beautiful shot to trip out that 10-pin. He's feeling it with the fist pump.
And he knows, you know, the big difference right now, you get knocked out in this match, it's only a $150 prize you're taking home out of the wild card match. Still a chance for $500 on top if you win the 4-player elimination shootout in our championship match. So a little bit of a difference in the payday for sure for Ryan Babcock. Even if he finishes 4th in the championship match, it's still a $200 payday, and that's not bad considering there's only a $50 entry for this event. And along with that, $5 of that entry fee went to Toys for Tots as a fundraiser, so the bowlers raised over $250 again today just from their entry fees, and there were some additional donations made by players as well. So
yeah,
a nice gesture by all these bowlers helping out kids in need in this holiday season.
Again, speaking to the validity of Kerry Catania and his mission with Toys for Tots, one of the biggest here in southeastern Wisconsin for sure.
Again, another year, a player that did not receive any buys into the tournament will not win this event. Gary Exner had to bowl 5 games of elimination rounds after the 4-game qualifier, so not the way you want to end the day on game 10 by finishing up in 3rd place in the roll-off.
No, but you know, you take those little things, and that's the difference between, you know, being out on extra frame and the PBA. The pros find a way. They study those little nuances. I'm not saying that Gary doesn't. He is a great bowler, 33, 300 games, but you know, sometimes it's just not his day, man.
It's tough in 4 frames, Van. It really is. It's such a short amount of time. And as we saw in this wild card roll-off, you make one mistake early and you're out of it by the 10th frame.
Yeah, so Gary Exner Jr., we'll let him wrap, and we'll come back with our next match here as the 2018 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator continues.
Why do we have so many of our televised tournaments at Castle Lanes? Because we love being part of the wild side of bowling. If you're ready to get in touch with your wild side, go to castlelanes.com.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Everybody up. Want some of this? Don't forget, it went great. Donate all year long. Toys, money, all Christmas toys for these kids in the Washington County area. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Definitely going to have to make a donation to Toys for Tots there. We have a little bit of time here before the holidays. So.
Oh, absolutely. You have until mid-December to donate. Always helping out those families in need, and love what the Marine Corps Reserves do to help out, not just with the Toys for Tots event here at Motion Plus Lanes, but all throughout the United States, getting those gifts into the families that need them.
So here we go, not into a roll-off, but a full match as the 2018 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator gets underway with a solid pocket strike from Waukesha's Eric Frettin. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen all these players in this Motion Plus Eliminator final in the past. Henry Tietz with a couple of titles. Eric Fritton's come close. He's won a doubles title a couple times with Chad Kloss. Kyle Gertzen He was on Team Grease. We saw back at the Toys for Tout shootout earlier this season. It's going to take one of those games where you're going to have to shoot 250 or 260 to win, like we normally see here.
Right.
At Motion Plus Lanes for this Eliminator shootout final.
Very difficult 42-foot oil pattern here. Motion Plus Lanes tournament pattern. That's the man that won his way in here through that wild card match. No jig this time. Down to business, Phil.
Yeah, no doubt about that for Ryan Babcock. And a lot of money on the line here. 500 for first, 350 for second, 250 for third, and 200 for fourth in this match. And these players all know, like Henry Teets the third here, you got to strike early and often to put the pressure on your opponents.
All heavy hitters here in this Eliminator final. Motion Plus Lanes is the place. The 45-year-old from West Dallas not able to trip out the 10-pin.
And you don't want to leave those single pins early, but you will need to string a bunch of strikes. We've seen that last year. Remember last year, Van? It took a 247 game to finish fourth. Scores were in the 250s and 260s for the other three players rolling off towards that title. And they all know it's going to take a big game, and you can't shoot a big game without making those single pins when you leave.
Yeah, Teets with 45 300 games, so he can hang. This man can hang too. Kyle Gertzen, a 25-year-old from Milwaukee, his home house, Sussex Bowl.
How about Gertzen today, leading qualifying with games of 247, 300, another 300, and then the front nine in game 4 for 277.
That's a pretty impressive day.
Yes, indeed. He only averaged about 280 for his first 3 games to get into this championship match.
Pretty impressive strike here. I thought that was going to give out. We saw that in the roll-off where it started to give out on the back end. Not the case there for Gertzen as we return to the top of the lineup. Second frame here for Eric Frettin out of Waukesha.
Ball speed can make a big difference, and we see all these players throwing higher speed shots than we see out of maybe Gary Exner or Ryan Zagar. The slowest ball speed in this match is right here with Ryan Babcock. Otherwise, all three of those other players in the 20-plus mile-an-hour range in ball speed. And you might get a little help on a weak corner pin that you might not get with a 16 or 17 mile-an-hour ball speed like we see out of Babcock.
Yeah, we see Frettin with that left arm down low. Everyone has a different style here. We even see it in Mr. Wildcard, Ryan Babcock, the long slide.
Yeah, the crooked elbow, the ball cupped into the wrist, almost resting on his forearm. And unfortunately for Babcock, we just talked about it, a little bit of a difference in ball speed. If it was a little quicker, he may have had a chance for that 6 to dink the 10 out. Doesn't happen on that shot. 6 just goes the rest in the flat cutter, and now it's a single pin conversion for Babcock.
You know, we talked about Teets and Gertzen and Frettin being here before. Babcock's been here before in alternate shot doubles. So.
Yes, he has. He's won with Brad Tollefson a couple of years back. So, but it's a little different when you're out there by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you've done well with your Kingpins team on the team shows in the past. You've done well with Brad Tollefson in doubles. Now you can lean on your doubles partner as Babcock goes back to talk to Tollefson back at the designated drinking area here at Motion Plus Lanes.
Designated drinking area, okay.
But yeah, it's up to you on the lanes. They can suggest all you want, but you're the one that still has to execute.
Henry Teets III executes a nice break.
You don't want to say a little bit of home house carry there for Teets, but
no, that you can say that for sure.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a break there. Ball hits light, but you see the speed that the headpin comes back off the sideboard. It hits the 4-pin forward into the 2-pin. And when you can carry shots like that, it's going to loosen up your swing the rest of the game. No doubt about it.
The mechanic's helping him out in the back. All right, Mr. Gertzen here. Again, we look at everyone's different styles. Look at Kyle here as he approaches the line. Speedy, smooth, direct, and a light mixer strike. More of the 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Final.
Barbiere's Italian Inn, featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Blue Mountain Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
The 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Final continues, and during the commercial break, as we say, we keep her moving, Phil.
No doubt about it, and these bowlers definitely moving pins in a hurry as all 4 of our players, Eric Frettin, Ryan Babcock, Henry Tietz, and Kyle Gertzen, struck in the 3rd frame. Various ways they did it. You see right there for Babcock kicking the 10 out. Tietz throwing the old high hard one like we always see him here. Rolls up in the pocket, 10 strong back into the bit. Kyle Gertzen keeps 3 in a row on the board, keeps him tied for the lead with Eric Frettin with 10 back as well.
Oh boy, who is gonna get got? No one in the hole yet.
Not yet, but I'll tell you what, Babcock, he's down 20 pins early in 3 frames. You know you're going to have to start stringing a bunch of strikes if you're Ryan Babcock, and with the start that Fritton and Gertzen have, both starting with the first 3, you know you got your work cut out for you, no doubt about it. A couple of quality players ahead of you in the field with Fritton, Tietz, and Gertzen.
Well, you talk about stringing the strikes, Phil. 97 300 games for Mr. Fritton. Oh, man. Well, that's rev rate, right? And speed?
It's rev rate and speed. And if somebody can call 911 because that 7 pin's going to need a little resuscitation after being hit by the head pin coming back across at about 20 miles an hour. Fritton knew it was good out of his hand, and just a matter of curing. You know, it's kind of the half 7-pin hit, kind of the quitter 7, but you get the head pin with enough flurry to come back and take it out, and the front 4 again for Fritton.
I just think he didn't want to get got in the hole. and neither does Mr. Ryan Babcock.
Babcock knows he needs to keep striking to get back in it, and that's a double on the board for Ryan. Made the little adjustment after the week 10 in the 2nd frame. And we always know strikes come fast and furious here in this Eliminator Shootout Final in Motion Plus Lanes. And this is the one title when these bowlers show up year after year. This is the 10th edition of this Eliminator event at Motion Plus Names under various names here at Motion Plus Lanes. It's a title they want to take home. Henry Tietz a couple of those titles already.
And the light mixer goes for him. He's gotten away with a couple of those on the right lane.
Well, I'll tell you what, doesn't really need to make the big move when you roll the 2-pin out like he did in the 2nd frame. That time, getting the 4 out from behind. You know these other players are going to break the lane down a little bit more. The oil's going to go away a little bit, and that's going to get Henry flush in the pocket. So,
right. But you know, as a bowler, you expect a solid pocket strike, and you feel good about that. Sure, it was a strike, but you know it could have been better.
Well, sometimes it's easier to play the light hit because you know you can mix pins around, just like we saw with Kyle Gertzen there. Sometimes the high flush hit for these players isn't the best hit because you might see a solid 9-pin or a wrap 10. So these players could be actually playing to be light in the pocket because they know how well the pins scramble around here at Motion Plus Lanes.
It's adapting to the lane and the transition of it all when you have 4 high-quality bowlers breaking it down.
And now the High 5 Gear 5th frame, $25 High 5 Gear gift certificates to these players if they strike in the 5th.
Oh my goodness.
And that is where the power comes into play. A mere mortal like myself would have not taken that 7-pin out. Speed and rev rate of Fritton. You watch that 4-pin 1, 2, 3 times rattling around. And that flat gutter before it eases the 7-pin into the pit.
Again, a string of strikes here. 2 frames solid. Working on 3 frames. See who's going to fall into the hole here first. Will it be Mr. Babcock?
Gets under that ball well with the crooked elbow, and how about that?
Solid pocket strike for Ryan Babcock from St. Francis.
Still finds himself 20 pins behind the leaders, though. He's going to need the leaders to give him a little bit of a break somewhere down the line in order to get back into this match.
Well, in Ryan's case, it's pedal to the metal after coming off that 4-frame roll-off to get into this final.
2 for 2 on the High 5 Gear $25 gift certificates now, Van. Looking for 3 for 3.
Let's go. 3 for 3. We're paying out.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to have to give Todd Molbeck a bit of a call. They're running me out of gift certificates, Todd. There's a lot of striking going on TV lately. I'll be giving you a call on Monday. But once again, thanks to the support of High 5 Gear and owner Todd Molbeck for all he does for the sport of bowling. And interestingly enough, Kyle Gertzen's fiance, Melissa Molbeck, was here watching earlier with their son. So she'll be catching the finals on Spectrum Sports when she gets a chance. She's home with the young one. Lets the father-in-law to be off the hook, apparently.
Yeah.
Small world sometimes. Kyle Gertzen saving the future. Well, you got to figure you know, Todd probably helping out a little bit with the wedding expenses when they get married. So I think the $25 sliding here, not a bad thing.
Yeah, no. But, you know, he's the man. He's the man that fell into the hole. We'll see how everyone bounces back here on the second half of the 2018 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Finals. All right, refreshed and ready to go here at Motion Plus Lanes. The 2017 Eliminator Final continues. Man, Phil, it has been a strike fest.
It usually is here. Eric Frettin on the front five. He's currently your leader. Henry Teets 10 pins behind. Gertson 11 pins behind. Babcock only 20 behind. And that's going to tighten the field right back up with that single pin from Eric Frettin.
Great camera angle as he approaches the foul line. You see the power in that left arm that stays down and direct, or excuse me, his right arm that stays down and direct and generating all of that power.
Well, you can't get the ball past your shoulder unless you rotate your torso, and a big torso rotation you see there by Frettin allows that high backswing and keeps that swing nice and loose. No hook on the 7-pin, takes it down without a problem.
All right, the man that has been needing to strike, and he has been striking, Mr. Ryan Babcock out of St. Francis.
Yeah, just a matter of that second frame spare has him down currently by 20 pins, but a strike here keeps him within 10 pins of Frettin in the lead. Each bowler so far through the first 5 frames, only one spare. It's just a matter of where they've placed it, other than Eric Frettin. And now Frettin with a spare in the 6th.
Oh.
And Babcock's going to have a spare in the 6th as well with that wrap 10.
Bad break for Babcock. 4 steps, that long slide. Was that too direct?
No, it's just it's one of the bad breaks in bowling when you get the wrap 10 like that, because if you're a 16th of an inch either way at the pocket, either right or left at the pocket, that 6 pin's going to come off the sideboard and take out the 10. Lots of times, wrap 10s, you'll see the bowlers really get upset about that because they know they've thrown it well. It's just kind of a bad break. The weak 10 pins are the ones that they know their ball's not rolling strong or entering the pocket properly. Those are the ones that you'll really see the bowlers make the move off of, unless they're leaving repetitive ring 10s, and then you might see some type of angle change. But I usually, as a bowler, if I leave wrap 7 pins being left-handed, I don't make a move.
Yeah, you don't adjust, or you don't have to necessarily. But look at Henry's shot. A weak 10 now.
Yeah, so we've got a weak 7 from Frettin, the ring 10 from Babcock, a weak 10 from Teets, and Cal Gertz has got to be thinking to himself, I'm right back in this match. I thought that 2-8 I left in the 5th frame might move me back a bit. If I can strike in the 6th frame, I can move ahead of Eric Frettin. So we'll have to see what, first of all, Teets does on the spare.
Oh, stuck at the line a little bit?
As the chant of hook comes out from the crowd immediately. But I don't think Henry hooks the ball anyway most of the time. Especially on a spare, just point A to point B, no problem covering up that 10 pin.
Now, single pins in our last 3 throws, Phil. We're bowling on 42 feet. It's Motion Plus Lanes tournament pattern. What is Kyle going to do here?
I think he does nothing on this lane. He's been in the pocket both of his first 2 attempts on this lane. It's a little miss right.
See, and there we go. Another one. 4 for 4.
Yeah, you compare that angle to what he had a little bit before that. Got a little quick. You see his dad, Jerry, there in the red T-shirt right behind him, keeping an eye on the kid as it goes along. Jerry, great bowler in his own right over the years. And, of course, Gertson's Home Improvement. They've done a lot of work in southeastern Wisconsin for a lot of families inside and outside of their homes.
Gertson, just 25 years old. Picks up his 16 300 games, and you got to be thinking about it. 4 single pins in a row. Something's going on out there. Transition.
Possibly. It could just be the bowlers got a little nervous. They know the match is going on. It's just not coming off their hand as clean. I mean, this 42-foot pattern, you don't have to make PBA quality type shots to get to the pocket, but you really have to watch your angles to make sure that ball is rolling through the pocket properly.
Shaw's Eric Frettin now trips out that 7 pin.
And you see Frettin getting the stronger roll on that ball. 4 pin that time, goes to the sideboard, takes the 7 out. And yeah, just a lot of times it could be just missing the release on the bomb a little bit, giving it a little too much, maybe not giving it enough. More than sometimes it's a target miss with some of these players.
A single pin His last throw for Ryan Babcock. He needs to strike here. He could use the help.
If he doesn't strike here, he might be looking fourth place squarely in the eye.
Oh, that looks good. Ooh.
And another wrap 10, and once again, ball, a little bit either way into the pocket. Probably could have carried out that 10 pin. But it wasn't a really strong roll that time. He missed a little left. He kind of got the puddle in the middle. You see a little bit of deflection there on Babcock's bowling ball as it went through the pocket. He knew he was close, but right now a conversion's a must, and then hopefully your opponents give you a break or two so you get a chance to get outside of that number 4 position.
Ryan throwing the track 920.
And the polyester spare ball, of course, as we see many players use here on our telecast.
Unless you can kill the hook.
And some players are like that. Henry Teets is a player that sometimes you see him still use his strike ball for spares because he's relatively an end-over-end roll most of the time anyway.
I used to be the same way, and then I found out that straighter was greater, finding out that you make more spares with the polyester ball, at least for me. Every bowler's different, though.
Yeah, well, Teets still hanging within a mark or so of Frettin in the lead and of Gertzen in second right now. So basically right now, as we get into the last 3 frames after Gertzen throws this one, it's shaping up to be a 3-way battle for the title.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it was important for Babcock to throw a strike there. Gertzen could, and does strike.
Good toss in the 7th frame. That keeps Gertzen within a mark of Frettin. And you're going to see Frettin right now. He knows it's important to put a double on the board here in the 7th and 8th frames and really keep the pressure on those other 2 opponents that are close.
Waukesha's Eric Frettin, home house. Bowls here at Motion Plus, out at Blue Mountain Bowl as well.
And you see the Bowlers Headquarters shirt that he has on him. Chad Kloss, John Magna, all partners in that shop on 92nd in Oklahoma.
Boy, that is pretty. Solid pocket strike.
And the nice part for Frettin is he was the number 2 seed coming in this event after the semifinal round, and he was able to select the number 1 spot to bowl in. And he could shut out everyone else in the field if he keeps striking. By the time the end of the 10th frame rolls around, he could have everybody shut out by the time he throws his last shot in the 10th. So it's going to take a lot more strikes against this quality of a field to make that happen.
Tonight when I dream strikes, when I go to bed, I'm going to dream of that one. That was a pretty... I could watch that replay all day, Phil. Ryan Babcock, come on! Trip out that 10 pin.
There we go. Something we didn't see in the last couple of shots. A little softer with the speed that time. And that let the 6-pin kick off the sideboard, take down the 10. And it was almost another wrap 10 again. I would have been interesting to see the reaction that Babcock would have had with a 3rd ring 10 in a row.
Henry Teets III, 45-year-old from West Dallas.
He's won this event a couple of times. He's been on TV about 7 of the 10 years we've had this on television. So Teets is one bowler that never wants to miss this event. He's always had a good run of success. His qualifying total today, games at 279, 235, 259, and then slowed down a little bit game 4 with a 200. But he got himself a few rounds of buys in the elimination rounds and only had to get through 2 games to make it to the TV show.
I've noticed something here, Phil. Whoa, that was a close one. The first half, those light mixers were going. They were hitting the pocket light. Those are gone now here on the back half of this match.
Well, staying in the same area of the lane, the ball is going to have some oil depletion caused to the pattern. These bowling balls might roll up a little bit sooner. We talked about with Teets earlier when he went light and light on that right lane. Why make a move? Because as the oil depletes, the ball is going to roll up a little earlier, and you should be flush in the pocket.
Kyle Gertzen, 25-year-old from Milwaukee. Got to find a way. Solid pocket strike as we go to break. More of the Eliminator here from Motion Plus Lanes next. And as they say in horse racing, down the stretch they come. It's the 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Finals. It's getting good here, Phil.
Well, it's basically a 3-horse race right now. Frettin, Teets, and Gertzen all within a mark of each other at this point. And Frettin in the driver's seat. His 7-pin in the 6th frame, his only blemish on the scorecard to this point.
Man, he is stealthy, and oh my goodness. Oh, horrible break.
And you see his lovely girlfriend, Samantha Kelly, back there, not enthralled at all with that pocket 710. You see that 5-pin basically gets stood back up by the head pin. So much speed of the head pin coming back off the wall.
Oh my goodness.
No chance for a messenger, no chance for the 5 to get to the 10. And this could be a heartbreaking frame for Frettin.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like I got punched in the gut. I can't imagine what Eric is feeling like there after that bad break. But you do what you do. You take count. You get rid of the pin. Hope it bounces out of the pit.
You're looking at going from 1st to 3rd in the
like
standings,
that.
just like that, on one shot.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is a big difference on the payday. 500 for 1st, 250 for 3rd in this match, because it's the 4 payoffs in order of the game score only for this game with this eliminator format.
Just when we think it's going one way, I said it earlier, anything you can do, I can do better, says Ryan Babcock.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Babcock, that's going to secure that 4th place $200 money right there, and no chance to come back, even with a miracle conversion of this 4-6-7. I think you'll just see Babcock just hook at it, take the 2 pins down, and kind of resign himself to his fate of 4th place in this championship match. But still a heck of a day for Babcock on the lanes, and I know he'll be celebrating with friends and family down at Kingpins in St. Francis once he leaves Motion Plus Lanes today.
Yeah, his mom Carol, sister Dana, his sister, hi Dana, sorry, and his bowling teammates over at Motion, the Kingpins, of course.
Well, the max score for Frettin, 245. Teets still is possible 249.
Hey, there we go.
Thanks to that strike. And
Solid.
All in the 10th.
He made a move there for sure. That one looked great.
Packed all 10, but right now the man in the driver's seat, thanks to Fritton's pocket 710. It's this man right here, Cal Gertzen. Gertzen can shoot 267 if he can finish off the 9th and 10th frames with strikes. This one here would really put the pressure on Frettin and Teets in the 10th frame.
Throwing the DV8. Vandal. Oh my goodness. Wrap 10 again.
Every bowler's enemy, the wrap corner pin. And now this makes it really interesting in the 10th frame. The spare here, Gertzen can strike out in the 10th for 246. Teets can strike out in the 10th for 249. Frettin can strike out in the 10th for 245. So if Frettin can come out here and punch the first 2 in the 10th, he can make life really interesting for Teets and Gertzen in the 10th frame. And there's still a possibility of a tie for first place, depending on these counts that the bowlers get.
Another a roll-off in and a roll-off out?
Single ball roll-off if bowlers tie for a first place. Otherwise, they split the money down the prize list.
Waukesha's Eric Frettin needs to strike here.
Oh. And that'll just take a piece of your soul and throw it into the gutter. Frettin, well in command through the first 8 frames of this match, is now looking at trying to hold on for possibly 2nd place. I don't see either Teets or Gertzen leaving an open frame in the 10th to let him get to the championship. Right now it's make the spare, fill the 11th shot, and hopefully get a couple of breaks from your opponents to take home the championship.
Down, but not out, certainly. But in situations like this, the attitude, the demeanor can easily take you out of it. As frustrating as it is for Eric, you can see the wheels turning. He's disappointed in himself. He's definitely needs a strike here to finish out.
Well, the situation in the 9th frame was what was the real killer. If he gets that strike in the 9th instead of an open, that ring 7-pin is a winner for him with the conversion. Now he's looking at possibly 2nd, maybe even 3rd place, depending on what these other 2 players in the 3-4 spots, Teets and Britton, do.
Ay, not one break. Come on.
Bowling's a frustrating and interesting game sometimes. You can see the frustration on Fritton's face as he walks away.
And a Big smile on Ryan's face coming back into it. He knows where he's at here. So, the pressure's on.
Well, his friends are cheering. Brad Thompson's back there cheering him on. Matt Wisniewski, some of the people from Kingpins came down to watch the taping once they found out he made the show. And it's always good to have that support of friends and family hanging around, cheering you on, and wanting you to do your best out there.
Yeah, one of the highlights of this Eliminator final was he almost did the jig there. I thought he was going to do some more dancing off the lane, but he did that in the roll-off. Just keeping it light, having fun out there.
His friends giving him a little ribbing over that 5-pin missing the 7 on that lower 7-pin shot. So, Babcock, $200 he'll be taking home for 4th place, and I'm sure we'll see Ryan back with Brad Thompson. Motion Plus Lanes alternate shot doubles, January 20th is the day of the event, and the Spectrum Sports TV taping will air that event in February. And if you're looking to get in, if you're a scratch bowler in the area, don't wait to get in. I know, talking to Kerry, as of the day of this taping, the field was about 3/4 full, not many spots left, and it's limited to the first 40 teams that enter, so give them a call, 414-481-0200, and you can make payment arrangements with Kerry in order to get your spot into that alternate shot doubles event. And once again, we'll have on Spectrum Sports for the 9th year of that event.
That's amazing. All this bowling in the great state of Wisconsin, the unofficial bowling capital of the world, I would like to say, and keeping that dream alive.
Here's the situation for Henry Tietz. He can strike out 249 and lock up this Motion Plus Eliminator title, but it's going to take the first 2 in the 10th in good count, not like Gertz, and get a shot. And what a terrible break on that 9-pin. Absolutely terrible. Had a chance to really put pressure on Kyle Gertzen in the stone 9.
And I was going to say, we see Eric Frettin with the backpack in hand. He has to be frustrated. I was going to say, bye, Eric. He's sticking around, though. Henry, though. Yeah, bad break for Henry, and again sticking at the line. That's his 2nd or 3rd time he's done that.
Here's the situation right now. Tietz strikes, he gets 229. He's definitely behind Fritton. Kyle Gertzen, however, if Kyle were to go 9, spare 9 in the 10th frame, we'd have a tie. Or if Gertzen went 8 spare strike, Fritton and Gertzen would tie at 234. So for Gertzen, a first ball strike will lock up this Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator title. Tietz is right now probably looking at a 3rd place finish, barring a disaster from Gertzen. And with Kyle and Tietz being longtime teammates with the 5 Horsemen, with great players like John Bodish, Mike Herron, and Ron Volks, you know that Henry kind of still rooting on his teammate here.
What's Kyle's demeanor here, Phil? Stay the course?
Stay the course.
You've been gifted this. It's in your hands. And, wow, what a break.
Just enough on the 10. Almost the wrap 10. Woo. That's a ball that probably a 64th of an inch either way, when it hit the pocket right there, would have sent that 6-pin around the 10. And you see the head of that 10 getting just enough for the belly.
Slap it out.
And he knew even if he left 9 right there, he could still spare strike to take home the title. That one just locked it up for sure. You're going to see him probably just try to put a quality shot near the pocket. Doesn't matter right now. He gets 9. He's a winner.
Yep, he knew it. He knew it. And a little extra flair on that one. Why not?
He never saw it. He turned around. He knew he threw a great shot. You see his dad, Jerry, laughing back there. Now, everybody giving him the riot act a little bit like, hey, what'd you walk away for? Because that head pin does a great job on the 10. And there is your 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator champion, getting to throw the victory shot here for Kyle Gertzen.
25-year-old Kyle Gertzen of Milwaukee. We'll let him finish up, and we'll wrap it up here at Motion Plus Lanes, the Eliminator Final.
Well, Kerry, another year here at the Motion Plus Singles Eliminator Tournament.
And just like last year, it took a ton score to win, and it was exciting until the very last shot of the tournament.
Yeah, it seemed like finally, the weather started to cool down a little bit. It's, scores up again. This could be our highest qualifying ever so far to date.
Yeah, great TV. And tell you what, the man that came out of the wild card round and just a couple of bad breaks as he came in there, Ryan Babcock. Ryan, come on in. And, yeah, the fans hanging around for you. Good day for you. A little different bowling that short little wild card format, and bowling by yourself because you got Brad Thompson here. You guys won the doubles here in the past, and you've won with the team with Kingpins. What's it like bowling by yourself out here? A little different pressure?
Absolutely. A couple carries here and there, but it was all fun. A lot of tough competition today, and didn't roll my way, but I'll take it.
Still a good day on the lanes. And Kerry, how much we got for fourth place?
$200. Congratulations.
Thanks for bowling, Ryan.
Thank you. Thanks, Phil.
We'll see you next time.
Awesome event.
Let's bring in our third place finisher, Henry Tietz III. And Henry, I'll tell you what, you've made this tournament your personal ATM for many years, and not the finish you were looking for today. A couple bad breaks. It's tough to just make those subtle adjustments as this game goes on, especially with four guys battling for the title.
Well, I think it's tougher when you make TV. It's every shot counts, and I mean, you could throw a good ball and not carry, and you know how much that magnifies that score. And I got on lucky break in the 10th frame, but that's bowling, and I'll be back.
No doubt about that. And once again, third place, great finish. How much we got from today, Kerry?
All right, third place, $250. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kerry, for all you do for bowling around here.
Thank you.
Let's bring in our runner-up here. I hate to say it, runner-up for second show in a row, Eric Frettin. Last time he was out here with Samantha Kelly, he took second in our mixed doubles tournament at Classic Lanes Greenfield. And just a bad break in the 9th frame to take you out of the championship here. Did you think the ball was good out of your hand in the 9th?
Yeah, I threw it right where I wanted to. I tried to slow down because I could see it was coming in late, and it just didn't go my way.
Tough to keep practice and keeping sharp. I mean, Bowlers Headquarters has been pretty busy since you guys took over there a few months back. And what are you doing to stay sharp when you're out there just drilling balls instead of bowling?
I just got to try to stay focused, and you're always interested in how your customers are doing, and you just got to focus on what you do and try to accomplish that goal.
Not a bad day overall, though. Some money to help sharpen some drill bits at the pro shop. How much does he take home today?
That's right. All right. For second place, $350. Thank you. Congratulations.
Appreciate everything, Eric. Thank you. And, Kerry, what can you say about this guy? He had 33 strikes in a row at one point during qualifying today. Had to sit and wait through all those elimination rounds. Finally gets back out here in TV, and when he needs to get the clutch strike in the 10th, he puts it in there.
Unbelievable, especially moving pairs. That's a great accomplishment.
No doubt about that. Let's bring in our champion here, Kyle Gertzen. And, Kyle, I mean, you were just on fire all day. You threw your lowest game in the elimination round before you made TV. Still managed to sneak it into the top 3, so you didn't have to bowl the wild card. What was the key to getting refocused after that 223 game?
Just going in the practice lanes and just trying to stay loose and trying to make his best shots as he could. And unfortunately, Eric had a bad break, and I took advantage of it. So.
No doubt about that. Put it in there when you needed to. And he's got a little spending money. I think he's got a wedding or something coming up sometime soon. So this up open bar, Dad, open bar. Since Jerry's still here, here we go. What do we got for him?
Why not? A little bit of $500 for you. Congratulations.
Appreciate that, Kyle. Great bowling all day. And I'll tell you what, let's wrap it up here. We'll get Van McNeil back in the booth with you here, and let's talk a little bit about the Toys for Tots wrap-up. And what a great year we've had here at Motion Plus again for Toys for Tots. We raised $250 today just from the bowlers. It was awesome.
All support all the way around. Thank you, everyone. Come see us again.
So Kerry and Van will wrap this show up in just a minute. Make sure you stay tuned.
So as we wrap the 2017 Motion Plus Lanes Eliminator Final, I'm standing alongside proprietor Kerry Catania. We're in Pewaukee. New concept here, Saber Extreme Laser Tag. What's going on, Kerry?
It's pretty awesome. A new concept that we had an idea for, and it's an all-ages welcome, military-style weapons. We got some homemade fresh pizza, a full bar. Come on down and see us.
So a little different than bowling in Cudahy, laser tag out here in Pewaukee. When are we looking at an open day?
Well, we're right in the middle of hiring, and hopefully you get open pretty soon here.
So if you're looking for a job,
actually come on and see us, or actually visit us on the website at sabertag.com, and we'll have some information for you to go to.
So Saber Extreme Laser Tag, what makes you different than the other place?
You know, the all ages, the handicap, the corporates, birthday parties, group outings. You know, they're short missions. I think they'll enjoy the military-style weapons.
And team building, really. You were talking about corporate outings.
Corporate events, birthday parties, group outings, celebration of lives, weddings, bachelor and bachelorette parties. We do it all. It's such a big stress reliever. It's a great time.
So a little something for the kids, a little something for the adults.
That's right. And if you're getting hungry, we got some homemade fresh pizza.
Well, it looks great around here. Thanks for giving us the tour, and we can't wait for this place to open and play a little laser tag.
That's right.
Extreme laser tag.
That's right. Come on down and see us.
All right, for Phil Brylow, Kerry Catania, I'm Van McNeil. Thanks for watching. Take the kids bowling. They'll have fun for the rest of their lives.